Hi and welcome back to Finders Beepers History Seekers, and on the Abandoned House Review Classic at last I've decided to do one, and this one is absolutely amazing. It probably is the grandest, most beautiful house I think I've ever been in. There's some in Italy and France that really are up there with it. But this one is so perfect and so grand and so evil that I just love it. And you know what? I wish we'd had more time to spend longer looking around this place. It's quite a long way away from home. It was late at night. It had taken far too long to get in there. There was two entrances to two parts of the building. One that we went into first, and then another way that was actually really easy to get in. And it was just unbelievable. Once again, as you can see, I am at home. So if there's any bangs, noises, dog barks, somebody comes to the door or something, then I am sorry. There's not much I can do about it. But let's get talking about this absolutely unbelievable Rothschild mansion. Right, so we've just come in to the cellars. That bit's bricked up. There's not a great deal to see in here, so we're going to get up these stairs straight away now. We both have a horrible feeling this place is going to be alarmed up. And if it is, we're going to have problems. And that goes through somewhere. These are so tight, these stairs. Oh, I hope this door's not locked. Otherwise we're in trouble. It's not. Now oh, Andy. Oh my God, Andy. Look at this. How big is this picture? Come and have a look at this. Jesus Christ. Right, how tall would you say that picture is?
15 foot.
It is massive. And look at all the stuff in here. There's pictures everywhere. Look at that. With the snakes on the side. But look at these. Look at the size of that, Andy. That is amazing. Oh, look at this. This is some of these pieces must be worth a fortune.
Marble.
Yeah, marble topped. That, I really like that. It's just different, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know you're worried about this little camera up here, and so am I, but this...
All of it reminds me of
Stop panicking, it's fine. Look at that big fireplace, it's massive. This artwork must be worth a fortune. Oh no, Andy, can we even get out of this door? I think that's to stop you coming from other side though, not this side.
Is it?
Right, so we've just tried to get through here. And what they've done is they've chained that door so we can't open this one and get through, which is a bit of a nightmare. Now, I have thought of a different way through. I haven't told Andy yet. He's not going to like it very much, but there's a way to do it, I think. Now, straight away, when we got there, it is quite off-putting. There was a couple of reasons it was off-putting. The first of all, there was foxes everywhere. And I don't know if you've ever heard a fox make a sort of like a mating call or some sort of like conversation between foxes, but they are terrifying. The noises they make are absolutely horrendous, like horrible. And unless Google it or go on YouTube after you've watched this, don't stop watching this, but go on there and search up fox call or something, fox noises or something like that. It is horrendously scary, especially when you're somewhere like we were. But when we got there, we did a bit of a... It was hard because there was lights on. There was big lights on all over the place. So we were up against the walls like this, making our way round the edge, hoping that there was going to be no security, which there was none, literally none all night. And we came to the first entrance, which was quite hard to get in. It was up a tower, up these tiny little steps, and we made our way up. And what we found in there was crazy. Paintings taller than me, stuff like furniture, and we thought, wow, we've hit the jackpot, this is our way in. But actually, that room was totally sealed off from the rest of the house. Now, what I think's happened is they've shoved a load of stuff in that room so it doesn't get damaged or whatever. I don't know as well. I think some of the things in there were props for films, because I don't know if I've mentioned previously, this was in one of the Batman films. It was in Spice Girls, one of their, I think, Christmas #1 song videos. And it's been in a whole host of other things as well. So some of the stuff in there weren't original. They were copies of very well-known pictures. There's one with a big bearded guy on there, which quite a few people have mentioned. And if I find any of the comments, I'll put in what it was called. But it's a copy of that work. But I think some of those things in there were actually props for films and things like that. That's my guess. Some of them were original, some of them were amazing, some not so much. But that first tower, wow.
You can't believe this room. Just finds this door. Yeah, it's glass. I didn't even understand what was going on a minute ago when we came to it. Look at this. This is absolutely unbelievable.
Mental, isn't it?
So these are where all the furniture would go in rooms like this. What? What are you fucking howling at? Get in, I want to see, I want to see.
I've never seen a room like this in all my life.
Go on, get in. I need to see myself. Oh, my God. Look at this. I'm lost for words in here. This is wonderful. Imagine sitting and eating your breakfast or your dinner in here.
So we made our way back outside again. At this point, me and Andy were both feeling a little bit easier in the fact we'd been inside already, but still very scared, like ridiculously scared, to be fair. If I'm being totally honest, it's probably one of the buildings I've been most scared for getting caught in, purely because it's owned by one of the richest, dodgiest families in the world. I feel like I can bring this video out this year as well, because the Rothschild family, two of the main ones have died, so there's less of them to come and get me for being in there. But even putting the video up, I was scared. I was genuinely scared that we were going to be in big trouble, but we're all right, thank God. Anyway, we made our way around and we found a way. Well, first of all, we bumped into two girls, which I don't think you see in the video at all. Two explorers that were there, and they daren't go in. And it was only because we were there they ended up coming in with us. They went off and did their own thing, and we did ours as well. And weirdly enough, I got a message from one of them the other day asking me for a location. But yeah, it was really, really strange, because we were like, oh my God, there's somebody there, stand still. And they were like, oh my God, there's somebody there, stand still. And we both stood like thinking, have they seen us? Both sets of people. It was really weird. But anyway, we dropped down into the entrance to go in. The big, massive, just open door with you had to go down quite a big drop to get into it. So we did that. And we made our way into one of the first rooms, and wow, it is just out of this world.
Well, we know what the R stands for because it's the owners, and we can't say it because I think it'll give it away where we are. But M-A and the big R. Andy, have you ever seen anything like this place?
Have you seen the staircase? This
Wide.
much marble.
It's so wide. Look at this. This place is crazy. I love this. I love the colour of this.
It's like a green.
Yeah, greeny colour. Wow. And like I said, don't worry if you can hear noises in the background. It's not ghosts. It's two other explorers.
Coffin ghost.
Yeah.
It's a ghost that's got COVID.
COVID ghost.
Don't discriminate.
Right, so we were just down there. That's the fireplace where we were. Look at this round here. Look at the ceiling. This place is just... I've never seen a room like that before. And then Andy's gone the other way. I'm going to come back round to him.
Now, the Rothschild family themselves have got a terrible reputation. They're linked with the royal family, like heavily linked with the royal family. I think they had ties with people like Epstein. Anyone that needed money, these guys were the ones, because massive banking family, huge banking family. But they have got a reputation of being one for... And I'm not saying this. If you're watching Mr. Rothschild or Mrs. Rothschild or any Rothschild or child of Roth or anything, I'm not saying this is true. Please don't come for me. I love you very much. Leave me alone. But a lot of people have said things like satanic rituals, like using children's blood for rebirth and like becoming younger and stuff like that. All sorts of, like, all your conspiracy theory stuff, but also stuff that could quite easily be true. Things like underhand murders, bumping people off, power struggles, that sort of thing. There was a lot went on back in the day, and there still is. Like, one of the Rothschilds that died recently was all a bit strange. There was weird circumstances around it, and I think it's all stuff behind the scenes that we'll never know about. But it was weird being somewhere that belonged to them, and the place was just crazy. It really was. Now, I got a lot of comments saying that there was satanic, like, visual things there. What's the word? Satanic. I can't think of the word, but basically symbolism. There we go. Satanic symbolism all over the place. Little things that you probably wouldn't notice normally, but the further you looked into it, the more it was, and it was so beautiful though. The place, don't think I've ever been as impressed by somewhere as this place.
A massive room with big ornate gold. Look at that clock. Look at that clock. That is worth a fortune. That's fantastic. And the candlesticks that go with it as well. Look at that. That's like, wow. Yeah, it's massive. Like, they're just stone. That's marble. That looks like, is it rose quartz or rose stone or something like that? It's solid, isn't it?
Heavy as hell. Not gonna that away, are you?
And then, I can't think what that stone's called. Is it soapstone?
You know more than me. Just stone to me.
No, but they're all different colours, aren't they? You won't look at that and go, oh, look at that stone.
Yeah, let's look at that pink stone. That green stone. That
That's green. That's grey and blue.
and speckled. That's it. Just stone. Dull.
Now, as we got looking round, there was lots of items that potentially could have been worth a lot of money. And I'm friends with an auctioneer who actually told me the value of one of the items just by looking at it. Now, it was a clock that was in there, and he estimated it was worth round about £250,000. It's not bolted down, it's sat there for anyone to take. Now, the main thing is, I think people wouldn't even dare take stuff from there because of everything that's associated with it. And also, items like that, it's not like you can just take it down to your local pawn shop and go, you know what, here's 250 grand for, or like put it in an auction, because you'd have to prove that it was yours and things like that. So you'd either have to be a high-end art thief and taking these sorts of things, or just a bit stupid. So I think that's why a lot of the stuff was left behind. The like the jade figures, they were worth round about £20,000 each. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think I'd be sticking one of them in my bag because they were bloody massive. But there's people that would be stupid enough to try and lug those things away. And it's just mad. I don't understand why people would take stuff out of these houses, but there was some real money's worth in there. It's crazy.
Right, so this is the way I've thought about going. However, the entrance to it is not very big, so I don't know if I'm even going to get in, but I'm going to give it a go. Don't like it very much, I'm not gonna lie. You are? I can fit in. I'll be able to get back out, I think. But it's awkward. But I don't know where it leads to. Anyway, I'll keep pushing through. Oh, Jesus. Right, so we're under the floorboards now. But where we can get to, I don't know. Andy needs to follow me now. Here he comes, look. It's not easy, is it? Not at all. Nah, I just don't know which way we're going to go from here. Up that way. There's an hole around that corner there.
That just leads to where we've just been, isn't it?
Yeah, but it might go to a side room that we couldn't access before, that's the thing. You need to try every access. There's one behind as well.
Yeah.
So I reckon far end first.
Straight first.
And then have a look elsewhere afterwards. Right, we've come to another hole at the end. Andy don't seem to think it goes very far, but we'll have to give it a go. We can't come all the way down here, destroying my knees on this rubble. It's awful, filthy. Oh God. Now, normally I'd send Andy for a scout, but I know what Andy's looking's like, so I don't know whether I trust him. Oh, he's going anyway. Right, so I've just down here, just found this tin, and it's Johnite BBB green soft soap by warrant of appointment of His Majesty King George V, established 1817. The Royal Primrose Soap Works, London. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's been here a while. Anyway, I want to get through this now instead of just having a lounge around under these pipes. Right, so we've come to a bit of a barrier. As you can see, Andy's struggling. He can't get through that gap, which means I'm definitely not going to get through that gap. And we can't see where it goes anyway. So we're going to try back a different direction. It's hard work, this, isn't it? I'm dead already, I'm sweating.
Gagging.
And you're gagging? Oh, for a drink. I think not having a shag. But it's like 1 degree outside, isn't it?
It's about 20, isn't it?
It is, it's boiling. You get down there. This is a right squeeze. Because it looks quite big on the entrance. Because it's square. But then if you look behind, you can see it's like a mini arch. And you think I'm quite a bit bigger than Andy. And it's quite tight for him. And then when you get to the end, that entrance I showed you when we first came in is like a small human person square at the end. You can just see Andy going through it now, look. Right, I'm following him.
Now, a few people had said they were claustrophobic at some of the things they were squeezing through to get into places. And it's just what you've got to do when you're exploring sometimes. I am really claustrophobic, but I have to put that to one side sometimes, but it does overwhelm me. I've been trapped in places and panicked, and Andy's seen a full-on panic from me in places.
You stood on that ledge now?
This I kind of got away with, but I'm 99% sure there was more tunnels to this place that we just didn't find, and it just makes me wonder what else went off there. Now, recently I've been to a place in Italy where they were bringing children in and stuff like that to do dodgy stuff, and I can imagine it of this place as well, and they brought them through tunnels. It just makes you wonder, like, what else is going off in that place. There's a big hall not far from me called Wentworth Woodhouse, and I know for a fact there's a tunnel that runs all the way under the village to the church. And I have a feeling this place will be the same. There'll be some means of escape, or for servants to go through, or for them to say, like I said, go to a church without being seen. Although there is a church right next door to this place, so maybe not. But you just never know. There's hidden stuff in these places all over.
I'm down and I'm outside. That's the tower there that I was at the top of. Now, like I said, we came here a year ago when this place was fully empty, and we didn't think we'd ever be able to get in. Oh God, I've just fallen down. But last time we came, we went to an abandoned golf course, or golf club, which is down there. Oh, barn owl just flew off the top of there then. But now, we've come back to do this place. And like I said, I'm glad we came when we did.
Now, a lot of people asked what films this has been in. I've already mentioned it was in one of the Batman films. It was in a Spice Girls song. I think they only used the front step, like the entranceway and the stairs for the Spice Girls. I can't even remember what song it is. And it was apparently in Eyes Wide Shut. Now, I've not seen it in Eyes Wide Shut, so I can't vouch for that being true. But enough people have commented Eyes Wide Shut to make me think it probably was. Some people have put Downton Abbey. I don't think it was in Downton Abbey at all. But people have also asked, why did they leave? Why have they abandoned it? Why have they walked away from it? Why is the electric still on? Why is it just left? Why does nobody do anything with it? And a lot of other people have come up with the ideas of why. So is it because something terrible happened there and they're just walking away from it because it's like bad juju or whatever you call it, like bad vibes going off in there now? Is it... I don't know the reason. I can't give you an answer. I feel like I've got stuff all over me. I can't give you an answer because I don't know. But it does seem mental to think that place has been empty for 20 years or 15, 20 years. Not one person has been in it, apart from explorers quite recently. But the electric's still on. The floodlights are like shining up at the side of the building. And like we were up on the roof looking down, which was amazing. And all the lights were shining up. The golf, because there's there's not even a working golf course anymore. The golf course that was next door, we actually explored that a few years ago. And that's gone now. But there was golf buggies parked up and stuff like that. It just seems really strange. It's like something terrible happened and they just went, right, we're leaving that place. Nobody touch it. And that seems like what's happened. It's really weird, really, really weird.
Oh, look, oh my God, Andy, look at that fireplace. Now, Andy and Sue have been telling me I need to set up a fireplace appreciation society. I think looking at this one, Look at it, stood next, and he can stand underneath it. That's mad.
That's a good nearly 7 foot.
Easily, yeah. But I've never seen a room like this. Andy, just use your light as well. Point up and follow me round.
Right.
On there. Yeah, look at it. You see the marble tops of those as well? The handrail. And then go up onto the ceiling. It's got the glass. This is an amazing room. And look at the size of the doors.
Look at the door.
Have you ever seen a door like that? Wow.
Where's the tongue?
I bet it does.
I think one of the things that I was most impressed with was the size of the doorways, the size of just the size of everything. Everything was just so big. And like, why would you need it that big? Fireplaces that you can stand inside. Like, doorways that are 3 people tall. Like, what have we got? Giants walking through the door. Like, what was the reason for them? Was it just to show off? What was that? What was the purpose? Was it to show off? Was it because mythical creatures? Well, because people, I'm telling you now, people will say that lizards lived there. What is it? Is it Tartania? Tartanian people. Oh, God knows. You get comments like that all the time of all these weird and wonderful things saying that the Queen was a lizard, the King is a lizard, they're all bloody lizards, and they're from a different background. For me, that's a bit far-fetched. Like, I do listen to certain things and think, oh, that could be true. Like, for example, we've never walked on the moon. 50-50 for me. Like, I think, personally, the Americans were probably just trying to beat the Russians in the space race to show strength. So they did it in a big, like, I don't know, setup that they've set up. I don't know. But I don't know that's true. But these people are, like, dead set that there's aliens on lizards walking the earth and these rich, mega rich people are them. So I don't know. I don't think that's true. Like I've told you before, I'm no conspiracy theorist. I'm a realist. If I think something could be true, I'll listen to it. Personally, don't think it could be true that there's lizards that shapeshift. It's a bit of bollocks that, innit? Let's be right. But yeah, it's everything was huge, and it just makes no sense why.
Hi, and welcome back to a very, very nervous UK Explore. We're back in the UK. We're all better from COVID, but we are both shitting our pants at this moment. So we need to get out of this cellar before we get spotted with a light and show you around one of the most grand buildings we've ever explored.
And finally, it's so strange. This is something that's really weird. That was one of our first explores that we had done after COVID, after the lockdowns of COVID. And how weird is it that it's only a couple of years ago, but it seems like a lifetime ago now. Imagine us being locked up in our houses, or only being able to go out for walks for like half an hour, not spend time with other people, not be able to visit people. It just seems like a lifetime ago now. So, yeah, it's not about the building, but it's just more about the time this was filmed. It was a really odd time, and I think there was still another lockdown to come after this one had been filmed. So, it just seems so weird. I think it makes it seem even weirder, the place, because you've got this big, massive, grand building in the middle of nowhere with nobody, like, securing it. Us walking round it like we're fine and it's just us in the world. That's what it felt like a little bit. But the whole world kind of felt like that. You'd go to places that were usually busy and there'd be nobody there. It's just all such a strange time in our lives. It really, really was. And this place just made it amazing. Anyway, it's my first classic one that I've done. It is hard to look back at certain things. I love them. I love doing them, but it's hard to remember every last detail. So I am going to start watching these videos more in depth and speaking to Andy about them as well, because I think that's important getting his point of view on these places. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you soon. Love you all. Bye-bye.